You know, I know it doesn't seem like it, but adversity is a gift. You know, hard things, you go through unfair situations, in God's eyes is a gift in disguise. It's going to produce in you the strongest people. If you look at them, right? The strongest, fittest people on earth. People that have a lot of followings and stuff like that are people that have gone through the most. They have a testimony and a story to tell on how they overcame so much. It's a gift in disguise. It's an investment into your future. It's a down payment on something that God is doing for you in your future, and you don't see it that way now. You see it like it's unfair. I don't deserve this. I didn't, you know, why me? All of this victim mentality stuff that the devil loves to incorporate in the minds of a lot of people. But wisdom would have you to know that it's actually a blessing in disguise, whatever you're going through, to prepare you for your future. You know, sometimes in the past, you hear these sermons and they get old. And it's almost like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I heard that before. Yeah. But you don't know what I'm going through. Yeah. Because it's almost like you're deeper than the sermon kind of thing. And you're coming from a level is like, yeah, I know that. But seasons have a way of shifting your attitude and your perspective. And after you go through that area of where you're at, that scenery and those feelings and all of that, as you are there, and as you're having that mentality and this and that, there's a lot going on. That I believe things are dying in that place. You know, like this entitlement that we all have, this ego and this pride and this way that seems right to us, and our own ambitions, because the Bible says selfish ambition is the root of all. It doesn't say it's the root of all evil, but it says that that's the beginning of all evil. That's where everything stems from, because the root of all evil is the money, right? But selfish ambition, the Bible says, look it up, it's like in that place you will find every evil practice. That's what the Bible says. And it's because it's all about me, myself, and I. It's all about how the world can serve me and what I can get out of it. And then out of that place, you want people to like yield to you. And you'll step on people and you'll hurt people to get to where you want to get to. Selfish ambition. So a lot of things die when we're going through the wilderness, and things like that die. You know what I mean? Only for God's vision to live. Because it comes to a point in time where we all pray and we ask God, not my will but your will be done, right? It comes to a point in time where you tap out and you say, you know what, I yield, I submit, like I'm done fighting. And God wins. And then like all along you were in the belly of the whale, heading in the direction that God wanted you to go to in the beginning. Like you were headed towards the place that God wanted you to go from the beginning. You just had to get to the place where you acknowledge that God knows better than me. Kind of like I'm trying to remember his name right now. Jonah. There you go. So I don't know. It's just for somebody out there. Life is not a playground full of pleasure and fun and entertainment. There's purpose here. We're headed somewhere to do certain things like missions. God told me yesterday as I was in my dream, I just heard evangelize. And he gave me dreams about evangelizing and how it's a war for the soul. He showed me how it's literally like you're battling for the person's soul, because the forces that have that person deceived don't want to let them go easily. You're literally fighting further. We live in a very spiritual world. Everything is spiritual. So I want to say this because it's very important. However you think about a person is how you're going to treat them. And so definitely put value on people, simply because they're made in God's image, and the Bible talks about salt water and fresh water not mixing together, and how could you love God with your mouth but then curse your brother and sister? If you hate your brother, how could you say you love God if they're made in His image? So we got to practice loving people, because this is what God is all about.